This is Timothy. Today we are diving into an important topic in Entity Framework Core. The key concept is migration. If you are measuring data schema updates, migration makes sure your data stay in synchronized with your database, with your application data model without losing any existing data. So let's break down into simple step-by-step guideline. So we have to think a question. What are migrations? First up, what exactly are migration? Migration is an entity finder feature that you allow you to update the database schema incrementally. So as your application evolve, migration ensure that database match the data model. And this is incredibly useful for keeping everything organized and efficiency while preserving the data already in your database, right? So now let's go over the key step in setting up migration in the Entity Finder core. So we need to install NuGet package because these packages are essential to one Entity Finder core, and then we have to think how to create the model. So these model or entity classes represent your database schema. So also we have to think how to create DB context. This class is responsible for correcting your application to the database. And then you have to consider how to add migration. So this steps generation the migration file, and then also the last step you have to think how to update the database. Eventually, finally, this command applies those strings to your actual database. So these are financial steps to get your migration working. So when your setup is complete, the next step is create a migration. So we have to type the command into type a command which is called add migration, and then you need to create your migration name. Okay, so this command create the migration file, and then the migration file will include up method which apply the schema train, like create a table, and then down methods which is roll back those trains if needed. So for example, creating a table for your employee and managers model would be handled here. So the generally file include details like column name, data type, and priority. So how to apply the migration? That after you create the migration, you apply it using the command I mentioned before, which is updated database. So this command. So here, right? This command. So this command applies the string to the database. So because I use the update hyphen database to persistent the database operation. So the schema get updated while keeping all your existing data intact, data intact. Okay, so I keeping all your existing data intact. So you also looked at a new table. They created which is called underscore ES migration history. Here you can see here. So that keeps the tracking of which migration has been provided. This makes future updates smoother and more manageable. There's so many advantages of migration. So we have to. I just talk about several benefits of using migration. The first is version control. You can easily tracking database schema train over the time, which is great for teamwork. Rollback stability. If something go wrong, you can roll back to the previous version of your schema. Data safety. You can apply scheme train without losing any existing data, which is essential in the real-world application. So Entity Framework Core migration system is an incredible powerful feature for measuring data train efficiency. So now show you some example. So this is example that you let you to understand migration. stem migration appearance, let me say that during employee management system, we know that employee and the managers are the important class that we have to create, right? So we have to also need to create the employee class with a necessary property, and we have to so after that, inside this data folder, we have to create a FDB context class with this is the DB context class is the words from the DB context, and here with the help of connection string, we have provided necessary detail about the database and server using the DB possibility here, right? So yes, so you see, so now we add already add two possibility here. One is employee and another is managers. So we are following the code first process. So there is no database available yet. In this server, we are at the stage where we are already created the database and the table here. So come to migrate feature. While we create the database, first we have to create the migration using add migration command, which command we mentioned before. So we are going to use the package manager console to execute this command to go to the tools, and then click this package management command here, and then you will see, go to the bottom, you will see the package management console here. Actually, I mentioned it before that. So we use the add migration command, and then we should give some meaningful length and hit enter. Okay, so for example, you can add migration in array. Right, you make an interval length. Maybe because I created before, so try this name. Okay, success. So if you want to undo it, you have to remove. You call this command, remove the migration. So you will undo. So if build is successful, then it will create a migration. If you want to remove the migration, that just use this remove migration command. So if you look, this migration command has created a new folder. We will now here we create a new migration folder. So now we didn't. If you didn't have a migration folder, you have to create the folder by yourself. So we have to have a look, make the created, right? This I already created here. So this class first that we before underscore what you can see as a timestamp here. Timestamp here. Let me see. This is the timestamp, right? The timestamp placed in the folder name. So if you open this file, it is classed by the name and we typed it before, and that we given to see any same name is considered for the class creation. Then this class is inherited from this migration, right? Inherited from this migration. So then this class has two methods. One is up. Let me see. I mentioned before they have an up method here. This is standard method. This is up method. Okay. So if you look at this up method, this method takes migration builder as a parameter. Then we have to create a table. Okay. Because my table is already created. So in the normal situation, you will have if you first time to do the migration, you will have a create table. So migration builder dot create table. You will see this in here. So if you first time, you will have a create table here. because I already created. So yes, I can show you my another. Yeah, you can see here because this is my first time. First time I call the migration command, you will see the created table here, and then continue creators and managers. Okay, so so when you see, if you first time, you will see that you these are the columns of your employee ID, first name, last name, and then salary are the column, the property of the employee class are considered as a class, and this all the necessary details so to create a table. It's not including this type and whether is allowable, right? Including whether it's no or not. And there is, if you notice that employee ID is considered as a private key. Yeah, as private key. So let's again create a table that is called manager. So it's going to be a table along with the column and manager ID is considered as a private key. This is about up method. And next we have a time method here. Time method, this method has code to drop to the table once, and more important thing is not that is even if we have execute at the migration command table are not created yet in the database. So it's always good practical to inspect of this file, and this file sometimes maybe contains some code which is not expect the migration file is kind of because that is the maintained by the NT framework code. So to let us know what string are taken. So please at this particular stages, each time we train something at the model level, we should create a new migration. This as migration. This as a migration command has been created one more file that is the FDB context model file. So yeah, he will create this FDB context model snapshot. So which is represent current status of a model. So this file will add to migration folders. Then when we create a first migration, then with each subsequent migration, this file is updated. So this is current status of our model. So this yes. So these are the column and the typed analyze migration file, which subsequently migration new snapshot file will not be create the same file with will be updated as I mentioned earlier. When we execute as migration command database or table will not be created. Let's verify and will not be created. So let's verify that. Let's open the SQL server first. So export you have expanded MySQL local DB. So, if you have a look at the database, so because we already execute the update commands, so and then when you look back to the database, you will see that it's built successful. The command is applied to migration with the lamp with execute the updated database command. So we can specify the lamp of the migration. If we don't specify any lamp, then its last migration will be considered. So we go to see the SQL Server Object Explorer to verify our database has been created quick. So we expand the database here to have a look at employee and manager here. Okay, just manager. So employee have a salary, has a management ID, has a first step, have the last step. So the table has been already created. Okay. So this is for today's session on the migration in the Entity Framework core. So migration is not only makes management the database trains easier, but also improve the collaboration and rollback safety. So if you find this helpful, be sure to check out the rest of my Entity Framework core playlists. And thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye.